everybody, it's Matt.
And this is Tim, and we are Team Enders, Colorado. And we are talking to you today about stats.
Yeah,
right?
and we're doing what? The January market update.
Yes. And we're bringing it to you today from Building 3 Coffee.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, tell us about Building 3 Coffee, Matt.
All right, so I am a co-owner of Building 3 Coffee. It's over here off of Fillmore and Cascade. And we roast our own beans from all around the world. We have amazing food as well as cocktails.
The food is amazing, yeah.
So if you are looking for a place to visit if you're out of town, or a place in town if you're from the Colorado Springs
You want to
area.
do business here, you got full internet?
Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of business people who work from here. So it's pretty cool.
It brings back memories of the principal going to the principal's office because you're in the grade school. Get to the principal's office, man.
Right? Yeah, it's in the old Lincoln Elementary School, so they call it the Lincoln
Beautiful, beautiful.
All right, so before we jump in, we want to just say if you want to like, subscribe, follow this page, if you could give us some comments down below on other stuff that you're looking for, as well as any comments on the market analysis that we're working through on the update for January. So if you could do that for us, we really appreciate it because the interaction is really important for us to be able to know what you want next.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Bring your comments.
Boom.
Okay, so Matt, today is not my favorite type of video, right? So if I fall asleep with these numbers, just give you a little nudge. It might take a bigger one, right?
Right. But they're so important though.
They are. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to break down a few numbers and give you a feel for how we ended up in December of 22 versus December of 21.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about January, the outlook of 23.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit about interest rates.
Yeah.
We just got off the phone with one of our loan officers this morning, and he updated us.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to change.
Yeah.
But it'll give us a good feel.
Yeah.
So we do have our notes here and our coffee, B3 Coffee. Because we want to be right on this and give you guys what we feel is going to be a pretty decent outlook for 23 and how we finished up. It's really not as bad as what we're hearing on the news.
Yeah, thankfully. And though it might be for another area, right? But Colorado Springs and the Pikes Peak region and just Colorado in general is highly desirable.
It's been pretty decent.
Yeah.
So why don't you start us off with some stats in December for 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're looking and comparing how it was last year at this time versus this year at this time.
Which last year was still pretty warm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty warm. And so being able to compare those does what?
Well, it gives us a great idea what the market's doing.
Exactly.
With listings, with solds, with prices.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in.
Yeah, let's
get a look at it.
Yeah, so looking at December 2021 and remembering that it was a pretty hot market, even in December, which is not a usual case.
Right, yeah. The rates didn't even start changing until January.
Right, and even then not till like March or April.
Right.
And so we were looking December 2021 at interest rates still kind of low to mid threes, right?
And so have those days back.
Right? But it was making things super hot as well. So you were still getting...
It was a tough market for buyers.
It was such a tough market for buyers. And you were getting in December like 15, 20 offers sometimes.
Right.
Even like on rougher
on the
house, 3 or 4 offers. You know what I mean? Like for real though. And so it was so hard for buyers. And so anyway, so that is kind of the scope what we're looking at as we're telling you these numbers. Is that really hot market, lots of offers, and lots of competition for buyers. So new listings in December 2021. And so those are homes that are being put on the market.
Right. For the whole month of December.
Yeah, for the whole month of December was 995.
Yeah.
Yeah.
995 and guaranteed to be on the market for 3 hours, right?
Exactly.
So if you compare that
Yeah.
to 22,
Yeah.
December, we had 659 homes
Yeah.
come on the market.
So
which
that's
is
less.
What is that, about 30%?
Yeah, about 30%, 30.8%.
Right.
So there's a decrease in homes that are being put on the market.
Right. Because the people are saying to themselves, well, I'm going to put my home on the market,
Yeah.
and I'm going to sell,
Yeah.
and then I got to go buy something at
Yeah.
6.5% interest.
Yeah.
I just closed on a home in Florida at 7.98% interest.
Woo!
Right?
With a commercial one?
No, it was an all-in-one loan, which
Okay.
is the slickest little deal. Some people call them like the first lien HELOC, and it's a really great opportunity to pay off a house early.
Yeah, that's great.
But we're not going to talk about that a whole lot on this.
We'll get to that
on this
later.
one. Yeah, we'll get to that later.
All right.
So how about sales?
Yeah, so sales within that. Well, do you want to do sales or days on market because that connects with new listings?
We could do days on the market.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So looking at like the 995 in 2021 or the 659 this month,
Right.
the difference is in December last year, that homes are on the market for 11 days.
Yeah. Isn't that
Right.
crazy?
And 11 days is an average.
Right.
Usually a home was on the market for about a day. If it was a
come on
good-
Friday,
Yeah,
open house on Saturday,
yeah,
under contract by Monday morning.
yeah. Or Sunday night.
Yeah.
Or even Saturday afternoon if somebody was really throwing down the cash.
Yeah, so if you compare that to December 22,
Yeah.
we're average days on the market of 40,
Yeah,
right? Which I have to tell you, it's really nice to go out and show
it is.
8 or 10 homes to a buyer, even though the interest rate's a little bit more, and they say, what home do you want to make an offer on? Let me think about it for a couple days.
Yeah. Or
And
even a
they
night.
can. Yeah. Before
It's
you
so
think about it
nice.
for 3 hours and you might be late. Right?
Yeah. Where it was, if we're comparing in 2021, it was you have to basically be going into that home and already sure that you're pretty much going to buy this house.
We would write some offers before we even show the
Yeah.
houses.
And we would still show the house and then submit the offer.
Exactly.
But we would have it already because you just had all of these people connecting.
Right. That's good. That's good. I like that.
So let's talk about sales.
Yes.
I cut you off.
I know you did.
But
That's
that's
okay.
days on
You
market
should
work.
jab me, you know?
I'm sure. So looking at sales in December of 2021, we had homes that sold, right?
And we're talking single family and patio homes.
Yeah.
We didn't add into this mix condos and townhomes, which you know, in some cases will add maybe 150 to 200 more homes.
Right.
But we just wanted to focus on single family homes.
Yeah. And why we do that is because they're the more typical
Yeah.
option that people are looking at, and we don't want to skew any numbers.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So looking at sales, homes that were sold in December last year, 1,443.
Yeah. It's a crazy month, right?
Yeah. Once again, remember
6 or 7
December
closings on December 31, right?
Yeah, well, for real. I think, did we have, no, we had one closed the 29th.
On the 29th.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
So if you compare that
yeah,
to 22,
yeah.
851 closings. What's the
Yeah.
percentage difference on that?
So that's about a 9-10% difference.
That's all?
Yeah. At least looking at it,
Yeah.
that's what our percentage goes out to be. But
It seems like a lot more than that.
it does seem like a lot more than that.
14 from 9, it's got to be like 30% difference.
We'll go with that.
No, I'm just saying, if you look at the numbers,
Right.
you know, maybe you didn't have enough coffee yet today.
Maybe.
Or I didn't put the right numbers down there, but there is quite a contrast.
Yeah.
But the interesting point, okay, so we see this with Airbnb
Yeah.
when you're on your short-term rentals.
Yeah.
You know, the occupancy rate is down a little bit, but you're
Yeah.
still making pretty decent money. If
Yeah.
if you compare that to the average sales price, what
Yeah.
did we see last year?
Yeah, our average sales price last year was on December 2021,
Yeah,
right?
December, yeah.
Throughout that month was 505,000.
Right.
852. So
Right.
in
And
the
it's-
low fives.
Right. So in 2022, it was $490,910. Now these numbers are taken directly off the stats page of our MLS.
Yeah.
So this is something that, right. So this isn't something that we ran a bunch of numbers and did
Right.
our own math on.
Or
This is-
manipulated.
Yeah, exactly. so in reality, I mean, That's not a big deal.
No.
$15,000 or roughly 3%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is pretty crazy.
Yes.
That though we had such a dip in new listings, in
And
sales,
such an increase
average,
in rates,
exactly.
double.
Yeah.
Double the
that-
rates.
That homes and the sales price really hasn't gone down.
No.
No, we have seen that in
I know
other
that.
markets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some markets are really getting pounded, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about the median? I don't know if the median sales price means a whole lot, but let's just know.
Yeah, we'll just go through it.
Yeah.
So in December 2021, the median sales price was $450.
Okay, well, and in 22, it's 441.
Yeah.
So $441,000, $9,000 difference.
Yeah.
You know, 2%.
About 2%.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I don't really know if the median sale price means a whole lot to the general public as much as the average sales price does,
Right.
because it gives you a bit of a percentage of what we're losing.
Because the average is taking all of the homes that have been sold
Right.
and then dividing within itself. Where
So-
the median is more just the high and low and just kind of finding a random middle point.
So let's talk a little bit about inventory.
Yeah.
Because inventory is a huge deal. I remember going through 2008,
Yeah.
9 and 10, you would have 3 to 4 years of inventory of 750,000 and up.
Yeah.
Those days are not here.
Yeah.
But what was the inventory in 21? If you didn't list another home in the month of December
Yeah.
and you sold all your inventory out, how long would it last?
About a third of a month.
That's
That's
a
crazy.
month, man. With blood in the street, right?
For real.
So in 2022, it's changed a bit.
Yeah.
And we're at 2 months. But what that indicates
Yeah.
is, you know, we are in a bit of a recession, right?
Yeah. Or at least a downturn.
A
if
downturn.
Recession is not a
Right, yeah,
word
not
in our
a-
vocabulary.
Yeah, exactly. So, but 2 months is still a seller's market.
Right.
So you can get a better deal today
You can.
than you could a year ago.
Yeah.
But it's still a seller's market.
Yeah.
And the sellers, I've seen a lot of sellers. I just talked to one the other day, and he says, "Man alive, if I don't get in the mid 900,000s for this, I'm not going to sell." I said, "Well, then you're not going to sell."
Yeah.
It's just a reality on certain cases, and the home will be on the market for 5 or 6 months. Hi, Matt.
Yeah.
So that sort of gives us a synopsis of 21 and 22.
Yeah. Hopefully
It's-
it was helpful.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. When I started looking into these numbers, I was actually surprised.
We were a little worried looking into them, but
Right.
it isn't surprising though after we kind of thought about it and removed the hype a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because the news can scare people from buying.
Yep.
And I've mentioned it before in the videos. My first home I bought at 9 5/8 interest.
Yep.
But I have 2 homes with loans on them right now. One's at 3 and 3 points,
Yeah.
3.30, and one is at 4 1/4, and,
Yeah.
and they're both non-owner occupied. But
Yeah.
one is at 7.98. That's a non-owner occupied too. So bam, you know, that hits you. But let's talk about January and just give a quick feel for next year. So January right now, there's roughly 1,017 homes active today.
Yeah.
As of this morning, unless something went under contract, you know, when I did these.
Yeah.
We're really close. I didn't
Which is
do
an
so-
increase
Yeah.
from last month
Yeah.
by 400 homes.
Exactly.
Which
Which is typical
Yeah.
going through the holiday seasons. But I didn't do solds because, you know, I just felt it was just too close to December.
Yep.
So I talked to, you and I just had a phone conversation with
Yeah.
one of our loan officers
Yeah.
that we work with, and he was talking to us about rates. So let's give an average, an approximate
Right.
of what's happening right now and what we think is going to
Yeah.
happen for the future.
And once again, we're prefacing this that this is what these interest rates are or around right now.
It's going to guarantee the change up or
Yeah.
down, right?
Yeah, and it will always fluctuate, but we're going to give generalizations based on our opinions, but also our understanding of what experts are saying, people who know what they're talking about. So it's not just us shooting from the hip.
Right. So the rates actually today versus, you know, November
Right.
have actually pretty improved.
Yep.
So, you know, for conventional, we're at what? In
For
the low-
conventional today, at this moment, which is the morning
Right?
of January 13th,
Right?
it's right at 6.
Right.
So
And-
that's lower than it has been.
Yes. And VA and FHA is
right at 5.75.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive.
That is very impressive.
Yeah.
But it's not the 2.50 that we
Yeah.
used to get, but it's
Yeah.
still pretty decent. So if you take a look and follow, you know, you can get anything you want by following this set of people or this set of people. But
Yeah.
you know, locally when we talk to our real estate people that we deal with here, the lenders, and you read some of the reports and projections,
Right.
they are looking at 23 of still being a bit of an adjustment year,
Yeah.
right?
A correction.
Yeah.
But I think it's a needed correction.
It's not a bad thing, but
Yeah.
if you're waiting for a $100,000 correction on the medium, on the average sales price, you're not going to get that.
Yeah.
Are you
Sorry,
going to
guys.
get it over, you know, $1 million? Absolutely. You're going to see some homes coming down to
Yeah.
$100,000 in those. And we're also hoping, for what we're hearing, is the rates are going to start to settle down.
Yeah.
And I don't know where they're going to settle down at.
Yeah.
The loan officer we just talked about is hoping that they'll be in the 5s somewhere.
Yeah.
And if we can end up that, historically, that's a great rate.
Yeah.
Still a good time to buy, Matt.
Yeah. Still a great time to buy, a good time to sell if you're looking to price it correctly
Yep.
and where it needs to be without an expectation of what it could have been
Exactly
last
right.
year. Because as we just talked it through, there's
Yeah.
a huge difference in a year. So we would love to have conversations with you. So if you're looking
to
to
have it at B3.
That's right. So if we're looking to buy, we would love to chat through with you, be able to create kind of a buyer's profile, what it might look like for you to be able to purchase a home.
Exactly.
And if you're looking to sell, how we can price it appropriately for you to be able to get your top dollar. Yeah.
So we talk also about some value add when we meet with you.
Yeah.
On potentially taking a property and making it so that it'll help pay for your payments. But
Yeah.
this is good stuff.
Yeah, it's excellent
Yeah.
stuff. And hopefully it helps you. It definitely helps us as we're helping our clients.
Exactly. So hey, for now, peace.
Bye. Talk to you guys later.